Hi there, these comments are for BS. This is Michael from BetterTOEFLScores.com, and this is my free TOEFL speaking evaluation service. And let's take a look at your email here. You say, Michael, please listen to, evaluate, and score my speaking practice test. Let me know which areas I need to improve on in order to score higher on the TOEFL speaking section. That's exactly what I'm going to do. And with this free service, I will evaluate one speaking practice test for free, right? If you like my service, you can go over to bettertoeflscores.com. You can check out my speaking and writing feedback service. It's not very expensive, and you can get feedback on both your speaking and writing daily. Daily. Think about that. Okay, let's take a look at the other email you sent me. You said, I'm applying for my master in the fall. Um, I'm applying for my master's for fall 2023 cycle, and I got to know about your YouTube channel while preparing for TOEFL. You're doing an amazing job at helping so many students generously. Thank you for your kind words there. I wanted to know usually in how many days do we get the scoring and analysis from your side. Just wanted to know so I can plan my application timeline accordingly. It takes me about 24 hours to provide you the feedback. That's really what it takes. And I think that you sent me this email probably last night when I was sleeping, and I woke up today to see this email here. So each day I go through my email messages and I score any speaking practices that were sent to me, and I score them in order from the most recent to the oldest. So yours, I'm grading yours based on the order I received it in my email. Okay, so let's get started. So the main thing is you can see here I have the actual rubrics here that I'm using to grade your practice test. Maybe on a split screen here might be good to do it so I can kind of look at the rubrics as I listen to your speaking. Okay, let's go ahead and get started.
I personally prefer to study individually rather than in a group, and there are a couple of reasons for the same. Firstly, I find it very difficult to concentrate while I'm studying in a noisy environment, and it's better to study individually with full focus. Apart from this, studying in a group, you have to accommodate each and everyone's time and what topic they want to study, whereas when I study individually, I can plan out my time schedule as per my will and do the topics, whichever topic I want to study at whatever time.
Yeah, okay, let's take a look at it here. My impression here, yeah, I'm not very impressed with it. I can tell you that. I don't think there's anything exceptional in terms of your delivery, your language use, and topic development. I'm going to start with a score of 3.0 out of 4, 23 points out of 30. I think for some of the reasons that I see in the rubric right here. Now, let me listen to it one more time and then I'll give you my final comments.
I personally prefer to study individually rather than in a group, and there are a couple of reasons for the same. First,
So that, and there are a couple of reasons, but why not state the reasons instead of saying there are a couple of reasons? So, studying alone is more beneficial because I have fewer distractions and I can score higher on my tests. So the way that I did it there doesn't take any longer than what you did, but I've included my specific reasons I'm going to use to frame my response. Then you can move through the response and you can repeat or rephrase key ideas to connect back to what you've already
firstly,
said.
I find it very difficult to concentrate while I'm studying in a noisy environment.
Okay.
and it's better to study individually with full focus. Apart from this,
No, but here's the problem. Here's exactly why I'm putting you in the 3 area. Take a look at this for a minute. When it says in the 3 area, it says here overall development is somewhat limited. It is. And your practice says lacks elaboration. You didn't give me a specific example of when you studied alone and you weren't distracted and you could concentrate better. You didn't say, for example, when I was preparing for my chemistry final exam last semester, I decided not to study with a group. This time I studied alone. And while I was studying, I was able to turn the radio off, the TV. I turned my phone off. Nobody else was there to distract me. And I was able to 100% concentrate on mastering the concepts in that class. Right? You didn't do anything like that. You did not elaborate on anything. So that's one of the main reasons I'm going to put you in that 3 area.
studying in a group, you have to
I would say studying group U. See, that's a problem. What if you said, for example, when I studied in a group last semester, instead of using you, use I, and then give a specific example to support that idea, and that definitely will show some elaboration.
accommodate each and everyone's time and what topic they want to study, whereas
Notice how the diamond topics, so you're not pronouncing the T with enough aspiration.
when I study individually, I can plan out
How about when I study individual, however? That's a great chance to use that contrast to show why studying alone is better than studying with a group. But you didn't do that. But you could have put a transition word
my
there.
time schedule as per my will and do the topics, whichever topic I want to study at whatever time.
Okay, so the other thing is when I look back at it and I see the 3 area here, so I'm thinking there's a couple reasons I'm going to give you a 3 here. I think because of this, definitely. And I think with your vocabulary, I'm going to say there's nothing grammatically incorrect, but I'm going to say it's pretty imprecise. Your vocabulary can be imprecise. I think maybe you're limited in the range of structures used there. So I think you can do better with your language use. And then with the delivery, you have some difficulties with intonation. You're simply just not varying your tone much at all. You end up with more of a monotone. So I think reason one, problems delivery with tone. Reason two, you're using mostly basic vocabulary and or grammar. Reason three, overall development is somewhat limited, usually lacks elaboration or specificity. One, two, three, and that's why I'm going to give you a score of 3 or 23 points out of 30 on this practice test.